It is a tense time in the Jewish family group chat. So recently observed commentator Ezra Klein, and his observation, it's spot on. There is tension within the Jewish family group chat. And at the same time, the tension we are experiencing highlights the fact that our sense of what it means to be a member of the Jewish people, what it means to be a member of the Jewish family, is founded on two competing yet complementary tensions and claims on our conscience. The first is called arevut, and it is the mutual responsibility that is shared between all Jews, perhaps best summarized in the Talmudic teaching, Kol Yisrael Arevim Zeh B'Zeh. Every member of the Jewish family is responsible one for another. In essence, all Jews are mishpacha. We are family. And there is a second claim upon us. Given our people's historic experience of persecution, expulsion, and ultimately the unique experience that was the Holocaust, as well as more recently, October 7th of 2 years ago, the second claim on our conscience is perhaps the compensation for our ghastly historic experience. And this is Judaism's unique sensitivity to injustice, our sense of responsibility to call out immorality wherever we see it, and our determination to be active agents of healing and repair in the world. This we call tikkun olam, and this claim bespeaks Judaism's commitment to universal concerns beyond the family, simply because we are human beings. And this universal concern also has a claim on our conscience. So the tension we are experiencing within the Jewish family group chat, or within our own hearts and souls, is the tension between our particularistic responsibilities to protecting our own family and the very real sense that as Jews, precisely because of our family's painful history, we have an equally strong responsibility to be a voice for justice and morality in the world on behalf of all peoples everywhere. On the one hand, we are pulled towards particularism, which is to say our people's survival, our families' safety. And at the same time, we are called to be concerned for all people everywhere, especially those who are inevitably and regrettably hurt as we look after ourselves. My friends, we live in extraordinarily perilous times. Whatever taboos once existed against anti-Semitism being shared out in the open are seemingly no more. Anti-Semitism, or what is now being referred to as open Jew hatred, has gone mainstream. Calls to free Palestine and from the river to the sea and to globalize the Intifada, these are all heard on the regular. And make no mistake, these declarations are not just cries of murderers on the streets of Washington, D.C., or Boulder, Colorado, or of an arsonist set on setting aflame the residence of our Commonwealth's governor during the week of Passover, though certainly they are that. Make no mistake, these ostensibly innocuous political statements are at their core anti-Semitic fighting words. Or in the words of Somali-born writer Ayaan Hirsi Ali, the goals of the people who engage in such speech are not just to erase Israel from the Middle East. Rather, they are intended to erase the entire Jewish people from the map of the world. Experts on hate crimes confirm that the number of attacks against Jewish communities and individuals around the globe have been growing for years. But in the last 24 months, perpetrators of anti-Semitic hate crimes are with greater and greater frequency citing Israel's war against Hamas as their justification for targeting Jews anywhere. Opposing the Israeli government and its policies or its military actions is appropriate as one may see fit. For the state of Israel is a democracy, and it is wholly within anyone's purview to criticize the government and its decisions. But the decision to target innocent Jews for violence, if not death, because you do not like the decisions that are made in Jerusalem, is reprehensible, said former United States Special Envoy to monitor and combat anti-Semitism abroad, Ambassador Deborah Lipstadt. Anti-Semitism is an age-old prejudice, and a prejudice, even when updated for modern times, is inherently irrational. But the anger at Israel since October 7th has given anti-Semites a new and good excuse for ramping up their hate. And as a consequence, violent, indeed murderous acts against Jews are increasing exponentially around the globe. And for Jews, what is the reaction? Beyond understandable fear and rage, it is pain. So much pain. Pain for what took place on October 7th, what with the wanton and indiscriminate and brutal killings, indiscriminate sexual violence, and the kidnapping of more than 250 souls, and all that has befallen the Jewish family in the last 2 years. Be assured, this fear and anger and pain is felt by every member of our family in every corner of the world. And to varying degrees, there's also an enormous tension and pain within our family, among our family members, over what has befallen so many innocent Palestinians, as Israel has sought the return of our kidnapped siblings and cousins from the dungeons beneath Gaza. And this pull between our loyalty to and our love for our fellow Jews, for our family, and our embrace of universal humanitarian commitments to all people, especially today, the Palestinians, this is what creates the tension in our group chat, in our family. The friction among family and friends around this issue and the deep struggle within our own souls. The fallout from Israel's war in Gaza has revealed the fault lines between our personal concern for our family's self-protection and our humane concern for innocent people everywhere. Rabbi Elliot Cosgrove of Park Avenue Synagogue in New York teaches, taking the time to acknowledge the humanity of others neither weakens our strength nor is the cause to undermine our resolve. Our values are not either or. Vigilance and empathy are not in opposition. If anything, the particular and the universal are interdependent, and they are the double helix of our Jewish DNA. Now that's really good. The double helix of our DNA is that we hold both truths together at once. One of the values I love most about Judaism is our people's deep, almost instinctive urge to support the underdog, to resonate with and to respond to those who are most in need. Tonight and always, I pray that our people and each of us never lose that instinct. But with the same breath, I also pray that we will not equivocate or apologize for the state of Israel's unrelenting commitment to bringing every one of the hostages, every member of our family, our mishpacha home, and for the work that Israel is doing to keep its population safe. It is a tense time. Indeed, it is a tense time in the Jewish family group chat. And so it is that we say with the words of Shalom Aleichem, the great Yiddish playwright, Schwer zu sein a Yid, it is difficult to be a Jew. For to be a member of the Jewish family is to hold at least two compelling, oftentimes competing, complementary truths in our minds simultaneously, to hold them in our heart, both our love for our family and our connection and responsibility to and for every Jew, for whom we are all mutually responsible, and also to hold our love for humanity and life and the dignity of every person, and our prayers for peace for all. Neither impulse diminishes the other. Indeed, these two moral claims are complementary and in tandem. This is what gives Judaism and the Jewish people a timeless depth and breadth our detractors could only hope for. So let us pray that in this new year, 5786, we might turn our gaze away from all who would do us harm and once again focus our attention and our energies on the daily tasks of Jewish living, supporting the Jewish people and investing Jewish life with the fullness of our pride and joy, all the while never ceasing to remain focused on making the world, the entire world, a more hospitable and peaceful home for all. Shana Tova.